That's a bit, that's better. Okay, so start again. So back pickup with a pan pot, split coil. Now, how many bases do we know with a split coil in the back pickup? Not too many. I think Fender did the Elite 2 Precision. BC Rich, I think, did one. SD Curly, I think. Warwick Mountain. But there's not many bases around with a split coil in that bridge position. Okay, so now we're going to go to the green LED with the single coil. And then with the blue LED, we've now got a humbucker. That's your sort of, that's like your music man. So that's just on the back pickup. And we've got the same on the front, so we've got a split coil, we're going to pump the front, we've now got a split coil. I think that was car wash. I don't know. Is that the right car wash really? And also, I was playing last night. What we did last night? We did. With the players, of course. So it's a very clear, very, very accurate sounding pickup. So that's a split coil. Now, single coil. So. Okay, very, very clear single coil sound. Blue LED, humbucker. So you get a real, it's never going to be a Fender Precision, never going to be a Jazz or a Stingray, but you've got a very clear, if you're on a function gig or whatever it is you're doing, you know, humbucker in the front, you know, there's a lovely wall over there. Is that Camden Rob, I think, is it? Yeah, oh Rob, I don't think we've met, have we? Not yet. Not yet, we will in a minute, but that's almost never going to be a wall, but it's got a wall-esque. Now, when we bring the pan pot into the middle, this guy here, I've now got two humbuckers. Never going to be an alembic, but it's not far off. What were we doing last night? Oh, we do Superstition, but we're only a 4-piece. So I tend to slap it, which is not very fashionable, is it? But it's, yeah, play that funky music. So it's very clear for that style of playing, which still gets used a lot. People still slap something. Let's have a combination: humbucker and a split coil. So again, a combination you wouldn't normally get: humbucker, single coil. Let's have a single coil, split coil. So again, it's a whole range of different sounds, new sounds, old sounds. The pickups are available to be retrofitted. In fact, Mr. Mick Tomasi is going to go and get his bass in a minute. Oh, it's behind you. It's behind me.
Behind you. Oh no, it's
Not bad back. Oh yeah. Here it is. This is the Mick Tomasi bass. Is that right? What make is it? It's
made up.
A special mate. Okay. This young man here is going to demonstrate it for you.
No, I'm going to hold it for you while you're taking that.
Yeah, I'll take this one off actually. That's a good idea. Let's have a look. I've never played this before, so this should be quite interesting.
Wait till you hear the tuning.
Yeah. Piccolo. Here we go. Shoot.
The rear part is to blend.
Oh. Okay. That sounds good. this is Mick's bass. He's had it retrofitted. The pickups are available separately, so if you're having a new build or you've got a bass that you want upgrading, it's needed for rock and roll. So, that's your pan pot, is it?
Yeah.
So at the moment he's got 2 humbuckers, so let's have a look. What's that? These are great strings, by the way, flat ones. They status strings, mate.
Status tape mounts.
They stop. Can you still get them?
They're out of stock.
Oh, right.
They're a 40 gauge, which is difficult to get hold of. That's right.
These are great strings. Black nylons. Best kind. It will, missus. So, what have we got? So we've got the back pickup. I think that's a back pickup. That's a humbucker. Single coil. Split coil. I mean, they're quite subtle differences, but it's in a band situation, they really work. It's amazing, really. And then the front one. So there's your split coil. It's like a nice old bluesy sound. Can you hear me in the back, Mick? Can you hear me? So yeah, I mean, come and have a try of it in a couple of minutes. Check them out. The website is www.sims.guitars. There's a lot of information on there. They're very, very good. Thank you. Good night. Oh, questions? Anybody got questions? Man, yes. Quick. Sorry.
I had a shot on some EMG-TWs which split from a single coil to a humbucker, and there was a big drop
Yeah.
gain on the single coil.
Right.
Anything like that on?
Well, you know what happened? The story with these is that was a big problem when they first started. Martin was developing these on his own, and that was a big problem. The drop in volume between the different settings. Now, if you listen to this, there's not. I mean, there will be a slight difference. If I'm going, so there's a split coil. There's a humbucker, single coil. So not really any. No boost or drop in dB. That was a big problem for him. Then he got speaking to John East of East Preamps. John got involved, and they sort of sat down between, worked out the switching and all the. I don't know about the technical thing. I just played with everything, but worked out that got the levels all sort of pretty much the same, and that's always been a problem with switching systems.
Yeah.
But because they sort of designed it from the ground up, the actual magnets and how the magnets are set up and the windings and all that stuff, they seem to have got it. It's the best system I've ever used like this, and it's one of those things, in a function band or a theatre show, I can't take 5 or 6 basses. I'd love to, but the rest of the band would probably kill me. But with these pickups, I can just take the one bass and perhaps a spare, and it's all there.
Can I add to that as well? Because
This is Andy, by the way. He's the man who retrofitted. Let's have a round of applause, please. That's it. Thank you. Come down, sir. Come down the front.
I generally do 6-string electrics. Generally, love doing basses, but obviously split coil and humbuckers is quite a norm for a 6-string. And this is the only one I've ever done where you don't have a volume issue. I've never been able to crack it on a 6-string. You live with it, you just learn to bop your volume as you switch them. But I've never come across one where the volume drop, the tone changes, but the volume doesn't change.
Yeah.
So I'm really impressed.
Thank you, Andy. Your check's on its way. Many thanks. No, seriously, that's really what sells it. We went over to LA in January, did an AMP show, and I had Doug Wimbish sat it. Like I was saying, hey, all right, Doug, hey man, how you doing? And it's Doug Wimbish playing, and he's like, hey man, that's incredible. Rudy Sarzo from Whitesnake playing my bass. He's like, this is the best bass I've ever played. Oh, fucking hell, I shouldn't swear. You know, and it's like, wow, and there's quite a few guys in America that have taken these on. You know, and they're really like, wow, they're having basses made for these pickups. You know, there's a guy I built this week, guy called Bill Tasson. There's a guy called Mazzino in New York who builds basses, and he's built him a fretless, 4-string fretless with a maple fingerboard, which looks great, like an old Fender. And he's got these pickups in it, and he got it yesterday. It's like, wow, it's all over Facebook at the moment, you know, so it's like. But they are, yeah. Any more questions? Anybody?
How much?
Will at the back, please. So how much was? Yeah, I've seen a minute. Will at the back, please.
I presume are they available for 4, 5 and 6 strings?
Available for 4 and 5 at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, he hasn't done a 6 yet.
In terms of the wiring then and the preamps, is it all soldered kind of stuff?
You basically get a little kit.
How do you?
The switches and the pickups. I mean, I'm the most untechnical bloke ever, and I changed the pickup on one the other week down at the factory. Mike said, just take that out and put another one in. Okay. And it's just all slots together, it's little switches, little micro connectors, what they are. So very easy to fit. I think Andy would tell you more about that.
When we're done, have a look at the back, because it's a magnetic cover, so you can just have a look.
Oh, really?
But basically, you do just absolutely standard wiring,
Yeah.
however you like it, because they're passive pickups. And then effectively, the switch system is just a multi. You'll see it when you open the cover. A multi-wire plug. It's quite impressive when you look at that. But it's very easy to do.
Yeah, I'm used to sort of EMG system which all nicely plugs together if you
Yeah.
get a certain one,
Yeah.
which I like because I'm not technical and I
Yeah.
can't solder, so
Yeah.
that's what I went for.
But
when I was
you basically solder the hot to the switch, basically. So the rest of the wiring is exactly the same as your standard passive base, and then you solder the hot to the switch, the ground to the switch, and the battery connection to the switch.
And the battery is just for the LEDs.
Yeah, just the LEDs. Yeah.
That mine's running passive. Nick's is running with.
I've got, my base is it's got an active circuit, and it runs off a 9-volt, everything runs off a 9-volt battery. But the pickups themselves are passive. I think this gentleman here.
No.
Or was it this gentleman here? How much? The basic, I think the two pickup spares are about 426 quid, I think. So I mean they're expensive, but they're just so good, you know. Somebody's got a phone call. Who's that?
Sorry.
It's all right. How dare you? Please leave. No, I'm not. No, yeah. Any other questions? Yes, sir? No? Got no?
The size of them, is it sort of standard humbucker size?
Well, again,
Retrofitting.
Martin's the main man really. It was developed so you actually basically got, imagine like a P-base pickup housing. It's kind of like the sort of split housing, I suppose. That's the reason why it developed this sort of size. So you've got enough room to get the coils in there, you know. But
Just wondering about retrofitting and whether there's, much work needs to be done.
yeah, I mean Martin does do a retrofit service, but he does supply kits. He supplies the jigs to route the.
I built my own, but it's just a
Yeah.
rectangle, so it's
Depends on the bass. I mean, if it's something like a Fender, some Fender jazz basses, you've got the little what they call them, where the screws sit. Martin will actually supply like a little scratch plate. If you've got a pearlescent scratch plate, he'll make you a little thing that'll cover any holes up, so it looks more cosmetically tasty, I suppose. Yeah. Are we on telly? Hello, TV land. Good to see you. Any more questions? Anything? No? Come and have a try, anybody. Come have a quick play, and thanks again for your time. On behalf of Enfield Guitars, good day.
Cheers, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you, Mick.